So this right here, that's our little country western I feel like this sometimes. All right. Because I'm going to keep saying the same stuff until the cows come home. And that cute little picture there. Oh, wonky farmland. Everything's all whimsical and unreal. It's, you know, till the cows come home. This is a sweet little thing that my daughter made once when she was only 7. I was teaching her how to cross stitch. She was 7. She made that, and it says, "I need you." Yep, I love you and I need you. I'll keep saying that until people understand that cleanliness is next to godliness. And I've been cleaning and dealing with dust and house renovation. I used to do the zombie dances, but I guess no one's doing those anymore now because we are doing other things to raise money for people who are homeless. So I'm sitting here in my peaceful, empty, quiet house. Not completely empty, but under surveillance and security. Because we definitely have some security measures. There we go. We got that in secured place now. So we're moving right along with our Bible study here. Because if I don't have access to people in my life who I love, I guess I at least can reach other people who might benefit from some wisdom found in the Bible. Chapter 30 in the book of Job. But now they mock me. I've been mocked before. Oh my gosh, I've been mocked before by women who are old biddies in AA meetings. I walk in and they gossip and snicker and laugh and all sorts of things. Well, good for them. Who's laughing now? But now they mock me, men younger than I, whose fathers I would have disdained to put with my sheepdogs. So there's some men that belong in dog houses. You guys know who you are too. Some of you guys belong in chicken coops. Chicken shits, lily livered chicken shit, cowards, insecure little coward men. You know who you are. You act like great big bullies behind walls, and then you act like you're the biggest victim in the world in front of judges. Anyways, of what use was the strength of their hands to me, since their vigor had gone from them? Haggard from want and hunger, they roamed the parched land in desolate wastelands at night. In the brush they gathered salt herbs. I wonder what salt herbs are. That's interesting. I'll have to research that. And their food was the root of the broom tree. Well, I know what Scotch broom looks like. I don't think you're supposed to eat the roots of Scotch broom, though. I'd have to research that, too, to make sure it's not poisonous. You don't want to eat certain roots. They're poisonous. You got to be careful with anything you put in your mouth or in your body. Their food was the root of the broom tree. They were banished from their fellow men, shouted at as if they were thieves. They were forced to live in the dry stream beds, among the rocks and in holes in the ground. God, that would be could you imagine having to live like that? Forced to live in the dry stream beds, among the rocks and in the holes in the ground. They brayed among the bushes and huddled in the undergrowth. I can remember mushroom picking once with my friends out in the woods, and we got lost and had to do the army crawl under a bunch of undergrowth, huckleberries and stuff, bushes, trying to find our way back to the highway, which we could hear. We could hear the highway, but we couldn't figure out how to get the fuck out of the woods so that we could get back to our vehicles. Anyways, that was a fun time. A base and nameless brood. They were driven out of the land, and now their sons mock me in song. Well, that's always fun to be mocked in song. I do that to people. I mock them in song. Because this song right here says, I like big butts and I cannot lie. I got a song to that one. It goes, Dear Miss Minty Weaselbutt, would you please advise me as to what your client proposes we do next in moving forward with our custody case before I wring all your necks? I mean, excuse me, butt. I mean, excuse my butt. I mean, excuse me, please, butt. I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other lawyers might deny. When a weasel butt walks in the place with a complicated case, you smell money. Money, money, money. Give me your money, honey. But I don't got none of that because my butt, it's flat. My wallet's flatter, but it don't matter. Because I like big books and I cannot lie. You techno-geeks might deny. When a real smart girl walks in the place with Chaucer in her face, she looks sexy. Turning those pages, she's like a dream. Cell phones and technology, it makes her scream. Quasi-food and TV screens, it makes her fat. And we don't want none of that. Shakespeare, shake your spear, but not at me. I'm 3 feet deep in Dickinson and Homer's got nothing on me. So read those books, read those books, read them every day. Because there ain't no thing like a great big book for intelligent therapy. Yeah. Song's fun. Hey, if I see something on the news, I can write a song about it, like that woman in Pennsylvania who went into a Walmart store and peed on potatoes. She obviously wasn't potty trained. I got a song for that one called Yeller Taters. That's a fun one. I usually hang around songwriters these days. And actors, theater people. I feel more at home with them. The creatives. I feel more at home with the creatives. Anyways, mocking and song. Trump's got a lot of songs written about him now, too. Yep, if you get mentioned in one of my songs, it should be a privilege. You get mentioned in one of my poems, you should feel privileged that I even bothered to mention. Anyways, now their sons mock me in song, and I have become a byword among them. They detest me and keep their distance. They do not hesitate to spit in my face. I've been spat on before, and the person who spit in my face will never do it again. I spit back twice. I believe in an equal gift exchange with a little more. Just for, extra benefit of making sure you respect me. Now that God has unstrung my bow and afflicted me, they throw off restraint in my presence. On my right, the tribe attacks. They lay snares for my feet. They build their siege ramps against me. They break up my road. They succeed in destroying me without anyone's helping them. I can destroy myself faster than snot if I want to. I know how to destroy myself. I also know how to do self-deprecating humor. They advance as through a gaping breach. Amid the ruins, they come rolling in. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep that rolling, 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 rolling. Aha! Yep. So, in the Wild West, we sing songs like, she'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be driving 6 white horses. And we all kill the old red rooster, and we all have chicken and dumplings when she comes. And Home on the Range. That's my dad's favorite song. Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, and the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Yep. So, I know a lot about this Bible verse right here. They advance as through a gaping breach. That's called the scissor move. When you're blocking someone in basketball and your teammate, you go like this, let your teammate jump through, and then you block them again. It causes the other little teammate basketball player opposite, not to be able to get through so the other player can run and make the basket. Yeah, that works in families too, where a daddy and a stepmom guard everything so you can't get through to even give your children a hug or to wish them happy birthday or anything. That happens a lot, and at least from my experience in Oregon, and divorces that are horrendous. Anyways, terrors overwhelm me. My dignity is driven away as by the wind. My safety vanishes like a cloud. And now my life ebbs away. Days of suffering grip me. Night pierces my bones. My gnawing pains never rest. Boy, do I know how that feels. I pray that what I've gone through in life, nobody has to go through. And I'm also thankful that I'm at least still alive. In his great power, God becomes like clothing to me. He binds me like the neck of my garment. We all should be wearing neck garments now, called face coverings. He throws me into the mud, and I am reduced to dust and ashes. Because we're made out of elements of the earth. We're made out of mud and dust and ashes and stardust and iron and calcium and minerals and water, liquid, sperm, eggs, cartilage, brain matter, hair, follicles, all that good stuff. DNA, helixes, structures, and yeah. Anyways, so I cry out to you, oh God, but you do not answer. God, where are you? Why aren't you answering me? I stand up, but you merely look at me. You turn on me ruthlessly. With the might of your hand, you attack me. You snatch me up and drive me before the wind. You toss me about in the storm. Well, yeah, if you live in a place where there's like hurricane force winds, and you actually could get picked up and tossed around in a storm, literally. If you live in Tornado Alley, you could literally get picked up by a tornado and tossed around in a house, just like on Wizard of Oz. You might not live through it, but a house could literally get picked up and twirled around and then slam back down on the ground. I know you will bring me down to death, to the place appointed for all the living. Surely no one lays a hand on a broken man when he cries for help in his distress. That is not true. I have seen people that are homeless and broken in downtown Eugene get beaten up by a pack of wild kids that are let loose on the streets because I don't know what in the fuck their parents are doing. And then the police don't really do much about it. So you want to really live in the Wild West, I mean, you're kind of on your own over here a lot of times. Have I not wept for those in trouble? Has not my soul grieved for the poor? Yet when I hoped for good, evil came. That's called no good deed goes unpunished. When I looked for light, then came darkness. That's called going to the Lane County Courthouse to try to, find forgiveness and restoration, and instead you just get nothing. The churning inside me never stops. I know about butter churners. I know all about butter churners and vultures. Days of suffering confront me. I go about blackened, but not by the sun. Ugh. One time I saw a woman over here outside of the hospital. She was waiting for the bus, and her foot was rotted off, and it was black. And I asked her, I was talking to her, and I asked her if I could take pictures, and I videotaped her a little bit, but It looked like she had the Black Plague. And because I'd seen pictures of that when I was at the University of Oregon, when I was studying plagues in medieval England. Trauma studies. Anyways, she told me that she got that condition when she went into Sacred Heart for an ingrown toenail, and they did not treat her very well, and it ended up getting infected. And now she's losing her foot over something like that, going into a hospital to get care. And they introduced some kind of bacteria into her system. And that's not cool. So be careful going into hospitals. They're not always as sterile or safe as they might be. Well, at least that was her story. I don't know what's happened to her. I don't know if she's still in our area or not. And she told me she used to teach self-defense to the police in our area too, back in the day. And this is basically, now she's homeless, and that's pretty much her retirement. Isn't that nice to serve our country and our community and then just kind of get shit on? Anyways, I go about blackened, but not by the sun. I stand up in the assembly and cry for help. It won't do you any good because everyone's too busy helping themselves and helping someone else. I have become a brother of jackals, a companion of owls. I used to have a stepbrother named Jack. He died in a drunk driving accident. That was sad. He wrapped himself around a tree, left behind a beautiful wife and 2 beautiful girls. He was a nice guy. And then a companion of owls. I could spend all day with Owl on Winnie the Pooh, and we would talk about books, and we would be dignified, and we'd be wise together. He might not tolerate me too much because I might bounce into his place as Tigger. And I might bring along Winnie the Pooh with me, and Kanga, and Roo. And I don't know about Eeyore, he's pretty depressing. I don't like people who are just mopey and depressing all the time. I guess we better go do that. Woe is me. I know people like that. Some of them are in my family. And some of my friends, too. Damn. I got some negative. Oh, gosh. And then Rabbit. I've got some rabbity friends. They're cranky. I've got some rabbity neighbors. They're cranky. Uh-huh. And Christopher Robin's nice. He goes hoppity, hoppity, hop, hop, hop. He just won't stoppity, stoppity, stop, stop, stop. Yep. Little boys have lots of energy. And then they grow up, and some of them have lots of energy, but they're more adult energy. And then some of them get tired. And anyways, if I were running a church service right now, I'd probably be playing Carly Simon's with a few good friends and a sticker or two. House is built in a corner for Pooh. So my skin grows black and peels. Ugh. Yuck. My body burns with fever. Yeah, that's what's going on a lot right now with people with this coronavirus. So watch out. If you start feeling like you're running a fever, make sure you have the thermometer and test it and look for other symptoms. My harp is tuned to mourning, and my flute to the sound of wailing. I've wailed. Oh God, have I wailed. I did primal scream therapy once in my bathtub. I think the whole neighborhood heard me. But it's okay. I'm a mermaid and a banshee. And I tell stories that are whoppers and whales of tales, and about harpooning whales and blowing up whales here on the Oregon coast. That was not a smart move that our government decided to do. We had a bunch of beached whales and they blew them up, and so there was great big chunks of whale blubber flying through the sky, and it landed on some vehicles and damaged the vehicles, and thank God nobody died. But that was a big mess to clean up. Talk about blowing something to pieces. Jeez.